Harper Audio presents Dear Cary, My Life with Cary Grant by DyanCannon, read by the author.
This book is dedicated to Lily, who showed me the miracle of love. May everyone experience it.
Chapter 1. When in Rome.
Cary who, I said? I was sure I'd heard wrong. Cary Grant. Cary Grant the actor? No, Cary Grant the rodeo clown. Yes, silly, it's Cary Grant the actor. What does he want, I asked. Addie Gould heaved a theatrical sigh that could have carried from Los Angeles to Rome, even without the phone. This was back in the days when your agent could be your trusted friend or vice versa, and for me, Addie was both. She had my best interests in mind personally and professionally. At that moment, Addie was firmly planted in the realm of wheels and deals, while I was hovering in a pink cloud over Rome like a dove in a Renaissance painting. She must have felt like she was talking to a rather simple-minded child. Cary Grant had asked to meet me. He was Cary Grant, and if he wanted to meet you, you didn't ask questions, especially if you were a young actress trying to work your way up in Hollywood. I really wasn't as flighty or as indifferent as my words might suggest, though. It was just that at that moment I wasn't going to leave Rome for anything less than a guaranteed part, and a good one. In Hollywood, meet and greets are a fact of life. There's nothing wrong with them, and they're important for keeping yourself on the radar, but they don't necessarily lead to anything, substantial. I was having the time of my life, and if somebody wanted me to interrupt it, I wanted name, rank, and serial number. Dyan, it's Cary Grant. It's about a part in a movie. What's the movie? It doesn't matter. When Mr. Grant requests a meeting, we hurry home. Is he paying my way, I asked, sticking to my guns. Maybe another person would have rushed to the airport and boarded the next flight to Los Angeles, or maybe not. It was autumn of 1961. I was in my early 20s. I was in Rome right when Fellini's La Dolce Vita had cast Rome as the most glamorous place on earth. I was living a fairy tale, and Cary Grant was just another knight of the realm who could take a number and wait his turn. Addie persisted. I dug in my heels. We are talking about Cary Grant, she said. I know who Cary Grant is, I replied. We were talking about Cary Grant, the movie star, the matinee idol, the greatest leading man of the day. Yes, that Cary Grant. The word icon has been hopelessly devalued over the years, but Cary Grant was exactly that, and more. More than an actor, really. Cary Grant was glamour. Cary Grant was charm. Cary Grant was class, intelligence, refinement. Women hardly dared to fantasize that such a combination of warmth, wit, and dash would walk into their lives. Men who took a page from his playbook came to believe in the power of being a gentleman. Cary Grant made manners, civility, and style as thrilling as Humphrey Bogart made a good pistol whipping. He'd starred in about a bazillion movies, including 3 of my all-time favorites: An Affair to Remember with Deborah Kerr, a 5-hanky weeper; Indiscreet with Ingrid Bergman; and at the top of my list, Alfred Hitchcock's North by Northwest. But that still wasn't enough. I'm sure Mr. Grant will still be there when I get back, I said, if I ever decide to go back. There was a knock at my door. Oops, I said, I gotta go. I hung up and opened the door, and Charles Fawcett, we all called him Charlie, stepped through, kissing me on both cheeks. You ready? He asked. Oh, I need a minute, I said. I was just on the line with my agent. She wants me to fly back to Los Angeles to meet Cary Grant. For a movie? Charlie asked. That's what she says. Oh, if he's going to cast you in something, it's worth the trip. But if it's just a get-acquainted kind of thing, let him wait. I loved Charlie Fawcett. I had met him 2 months earlier in a remote Portuguese fishing village on the set of a low-budget movie that I've done my best to forget. It was my second movie. My first was The Rise and Fall of Legs Diamond, about jewel thieves in Prohibition-era New York.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?